nothing. That's if Neon has something to say about it.
Yeah.
I'm sure they have plenty to say about it. It's a matter of can they execute to make it work. So hold on. Is there a world where they do send I know Ken's playing the Ember, but could Ember go safe lane? And he said Morphling mid.
Not with picking Morph, I think. Because he then, instead of sacking your Ember, you're sacking your Morph. And that's, I guess, probably even worse. So if they had picked like that's why I was suggesting maybe like you can go Sniper. Sure, I understand that you're playing into Clockwork in the game, but you know, Sniper would be your hard carry, and he just has way better matchups against Huskar and SF, and he could lane mid, but either way, that did not happen, so I will stop talking about it.
The last thing I wanted to mention there actually was the Shadow Fiend as a counter word there. Shadow Fiend's a hero that could go magic or physical, right? Being the safe lane, is this definitely more of the physical side, you think?
Yeah, I would say it's more of the physical side because you want to play with the tempo of your Huskar Darkseer. Like, all this Geek Fam draft wants to do, so they're going to do well in lanes. It's nearly a given because you have SF3 safe lane against Brewmaster. You have Huskar mid against Ember. And then you want to like get this first Aegis and like really speed up the game between minute 15. So I'm going to expect a Dragonlance like BKB on SF.
Mm-hmm. Bottom bounty rune.
2 for 2.
The most contesting. It is going to be that 2 for 2, and into the lanes we go now. So yeah, the mid matchup though, that's going to be the intriguing one. It is going to be the Ember Spirit going there to be the sacrifice. It's just a matter of how much of a gap there is.
The first couple levels are incredibly crucial because Ember can actually stand his ground early on with like Flame Guard. He can't really. So step 1 that already went horrible is that he got destroyed in the block.
Yeah.
So that's not good, but at least he knows how to play this matchup because you need to Flame Guard level 1 and like get the most kind of going here. As he did get himself a CS, so it's a okay starts. But yeah, Cox with a good kind of creep block when it comes to the early laning stage.
Mm-hmm. Setting himself up for even a better position early on. But again, they're certainly going to give him a focus there, but there are other lanes, including this top lane, as Clockwork is going at it with Undying, even Morphling coming over to assist, but in the end, no kills taking place. A lot of clashing potential, though, up there with the Darkseer, and Clockwork is a hero that certainly likes to run at you, but Undying's also a fan of that.
Yeah.
So. Curious how this plays out.
I mean, top lane, you know, Undying's going to be fine. It's going to kind of secure his Morphling to kind of get what he wants. There is one small play for Neon, as Ken is going to take a lot of pressure already. Might be forced to even Fairy Fire towards the end of it. No, probably not. But maybe there's like a way where if Cox overplays, you can have your Phoenix TP mid. Because Phoenix, if he has like a level of dive and fire spurs, you know, it's just easier for him to get in as... Yeah, he's just racking up the denies right now for the good old Cox.
Yeah, the 4 gauntlets of strength build as well. So sitting on over already 1,000 life on the Huskar. That's another factor right there. Bottom lane, yeah, Brewmaster backing off as he took some raises. He'll be fine though. But speaking of bottom lane, Shadow Fiend 7-2, Brewmaster 6-0. But Olnit is certainly having a good time on the Shadow Fiend so far.
Yeah, and once his SF level 3 timing, I think that's like that's the scary timing that Neon have to kind of get through without dying too much in his bottom lane. Because then you suddenly get 2 raises, maybe you even get a 3rd one, and that really starts to hurt.
Top lane, nice hand clap coming out right there as Darkseer is going to pull the creep wave back, at least attempt to do so the best that he can, dealing with these decay spams. Clockwork's also pulling the creep wave behind the tower that he took from the top side. So yeah, Cox again, that you just see every time we look over here, it's him wailing away with those burning spears. You know, this isn't a dominating lead though necessarily. It's 10-4 versus 8-2.
Yeah,
so.
no, he's holding his ground for now. I think like around this time, like around 3 minutes in the game, this is where this lane can get out of hand in the mid lane. Scam taking a lot of pressure. This is Kishka on this Phoenix doing a lot of work early on. This is the first blood.
Yep. That is going to be the first blood. The dive committed to make it happen. The double raise hits Raging Potato, but Olnit unable to run him down and could not save his teammates. So yeah, first blood though going the way of Neon. And I guess the next kind of obvious question here, KZU, is do you send support mid sooner than later? Like, do you really try to address this, or is this like an accepted fact that is going? This
is definitely the type of thing where you need to be really open to it. If Cox overplays or Ken sees an opening where like he gets a level of change as he sees a death,
Dead. Yeah.
Bye-bye.
That could happen again. Just simply the right clicks, but it is enough. And to that point, you know what? Are we going to see a TP support? Didn't really happen.
Yeah, I think if you can be slightly higher HP there on Ember while the Husker is like posturing aggressively, you can definitely call for your Phoenix to TP you. Like, yo, I can skill chains. You chain them up close to the tower. Your Phoenix TPs. Because yeah, from here on out, this is where this mid lane just gets explosive.
Bottom lane, Olnik getting some good pressure. The Leech Seed trying to help keep him alive.
Oh, Black Grenade.
Living armor yet. Black Grenade.
See ya.
So that's a dead Shadow Fiend. So the chase is successful. So yeah, Treant, only level 2, but choosing to value the Nature's Grasp here over the living armor instead, and couldn't help regen more.
Yeah, this is definitely very good for Neon. Like to try and have a little bit of this bottom lane offset, because this means that Phoenix could have an easier time to move later, or if your Brew just has a good game, yeah, sure, maybe he can make some rotations later. You can also like lift up the Huskar, maybe make some moves into the mid lane. So really nice stuff from them.
Shadow Fiend back to the bottom lane, though. What's going on down here? As a Twin Gate. Undying shows up, and Treant's like, what are you doing down here?
Yeah, what are you doing here? Kills his ward, and then he's like, okay, whatever, I'll go back top. It's a good stack pull here from Olnit on the SF. Let's get him prepared for him.
Kishka, though, is in the area as we hit 5 minutes. The bounty rune's up. Ember Spirit's coming down here. Ember would love to get involved in a kill, but not really having the opportunity. Gonna instead walk all the way back to the mid lane, simply bottling up the bounty rune. But yeah, look at those denies now. He knew it was coming with the levels adding up. 26 and 14 for the Husker. Bottom lane, though, he'll be fine this time, but Shadow Fiend, he's continues to get pressure. Ember Spirit's still hanging around. He's still indecisive in what he wants to do right here.
Yeah, he just knows that this mid wave was kind of being held by Cox, but now that there's a siege creep, they're going to start pushing it in. He kind of has a double wave as well on the Huskar. And you've also got the Clockwork in mid, and I mean, Ember, without being level 6, he's not really going to get away from this.
And
so
he's a full level behind level 6, too.
Yeah. Alright, Neon do bring the supports, and even the Brewmaster. That's a... Okay, slow, Block Grenade.
Want this kill. Life Break is ready. He's going to use it, push them back with the Inner Fire, and he'll survive for now. It's Huskar. He's got the Berserker's...
Got the Decay.
Low, but he is low enough. Okay, the Decay does connect. And they do get the kill. So, as you mentioned, it takes 4 heroes, but you know what? They get the kill.
Oh, nice move, I like it. Look at the net worth of the Phoenix and the Brewmaster. They have 4.5k combined. Like, they're doing pretty damn well.
Yeah, Brewmaster certainly having a decent time at the bottom lane. Of course, they got that kill earlier on the Shadow Fiend, and overall, it's 3-1 now, especially with the Huskar kill. Seems like, yeah, Neon certainly moving appropriately.
You've got to look at mid again. Raging Potato, he's picking mid. Like, for now, he's just putting the Phoenix bottom to leech XP while he's sitting mid on the Primal himself. He's not 6 yet. I mean, he's actually also a whole level away, but if Cox overplays, they could be looking for a play here.
Yeah, same thing with Ember, though. Ember's getting close to level 6, but not 6 yet, so they really don't have the best game.
Yeah. They also saw Raging Potato walk through the tier 1, like in between the tier 1 and tier 2, so they know that he's around. He's honestly on a wild goose chase right now, trying to steal a Wisdom Rune, but it is not here.
Nope, Clockwork already there to pick it up, so denying any chance. And this is a lot of time that Raging Potato is spending not getting anything. So in hindsight, it's almost like, wonder if he's regretting coming over here, because he still is the same level 5, just barely, and hasn't been getting CS either during all this time.
Yeah, I feel like with his early game, well, like his first 5-6 minutes, he really gimped his own game over the last 1.5 minutes. Of course, Phoenix did get a lot, so let's see. We're starting to go back bottom. He's getting ready for the quad Midas. Olnit in yeah, he is dead.
He's dead. There's absolutely nothing Treant could do. Now Ember's also showing up, and now they want Treant. Gonna go for the TP play. Oh,
close.
Actually gets out, so remnant damage not enough. Good escape on his part. No Searing Chains from Ember Spirit either, so getaway successful, but close call. But again, they get the prime target in the Shadow Fiend at least. So yeah, some time wasted by Brewmaster, sure, but he ends up coming back to the bottom lane and helping to assist what we saw there. And you mentioned Phoenix. Phoenix is level 6.
Yeah, he's
even farming the mid lane now.
He's doing a great job. Like Kishka on this Phoenix, he's holding, as we touched on before. I like his quick buy. He's getting ready for the quad Midas on the Phoenix. His Cox is getting close to his armlet. That will be his first true and big power spike in this game.
Yeah. And Darkseer, we really haven't talked a lot about yet, but it's a typical Darkseer game, kind of just quietly doing his own thing.
Yeah.
It's pretty good so far. The Vanguard's come in, has the mana boots.
Nice Cogs.
So, Cogs is
still dead.
Enough. He is still stopped, and he is killed, but I was also going to say, somebody else we really haven't talked a lot about, KZ, is this Morphling, and his farm is actually very impressive right now.
Fortune Soul is just kind of chilling, as that is just what generally happens as Morph against Darkseer. Most certainly, you just kind of free farm. But his effort was quite scary. 5k at 9 minutes. He's already queuing up the Yasha. He's got it complete once his courier's back alive. So Neon doing a very nice job here in this early game.
Yeah, certainly adjusting and making the best of the situation here, and even a great one for the Morphling. Again, the lead that he has right now. So it almost seems like it's starting to lean a little bit more on Ona once again, this time playing the Shadow Fiend and what he's able to do. Cox is in trouble, dare I say. The Urn's on him, the Decay, the Tombstone's put down, the Primal Split, and yes, he is. He's in dead trouble. Clockwork getting in here way late. And that's going to be a lost cause for him. He too is going to get taken out. Double kill for Raging Potato. So this Huskar sure had a very good laning phase, but you know what? He already has 2 deaths now.
Yeah, I mean, they're just walking them over. I like how they're playing, and I would say currently this offlane dual lane from Neon, they're putting their team on the back. Like more than 7k net worth combined, a lot of levels, making the right moves, like coming to mid together for the 2nd time already. It's the only reason why Cox on Huskar is he's not having a good game anymore.
I mean, he has his own supports now nearby. I guess Trent's kind of here. Trent does have overgrowth. Clockwork is somewhat in the vicinity, doing some counter warding. But again, Huskar already dropping a bit of life, and he has to be careful.
Armlet, sir.
And down goes Huskar. The Decay comes out and finishes the job again. He's going to be out for 30 more seconds. Again, overgrowth ready. Does he use it right here to get away? He's going to try, but it's a lost cause. It's probably should have held on to that one because they really aren't getting away at that point.
I mean, they're falling apart a little bit. Like, you still have a very fat Darkseer. I'm not actually sure what happened. Cox didn't. He also didn't even turn on his armlet. Like, he just kind of got whittled down by random spells. But you know, Neon, make use of that. Fortune Soul connects into mid as well. I love when carry players do this early on to like connect to the moves. As Geek Fam, okay, you've got Force on Darkseer who's having a great game. Nearly has a pipe too. But they're going to have to look at involving him in some of these plays because 11 minutes in and we've not really seen them do anything together.
And how about this? Huskar and Ember Spirit are nearly identical net worth now. I mean, that really says something.
Yeah.
About where we're at in this game, and that's Neon's feeling pretty damn good.
Skim, run, my brother.
Can only run so fast though as Phoenix on top, and with Phoenix on top, getting the vision, Fire Spirit's out, and Ken's like, yep, I'll take the kill. And he's, again, basically matching the Huskar at this point. So this bottom tier 1 tower, it too is going to fall, and the slows, that's really like, we mentioned maybe the lack of crowd control from Neon, but yeah, slow is a crowd control, and they're making that work beautifully.
I mean, they've just got a lot of like dots that they're just throwing on you, right? Some blood grenades, some random cinder brew, some fire spirits, a thunderclap, like whatever it may be. They've got a lot of that. So now, Geek Fam, yeah, you've got the Darkseer clock. It is time to get them involved in a game.
Clockwork hook shots ready.
There's a lot of heroes here for Neon.
There he is. Supernova's not ready. 5 more seconds, it'll be ready. Cox, he jumps in. Primal Split, though, and now he's in trouble. No, the lockdown. Push back, disarm with the inner fire, but it's not enough. He goes down, so does Clockwork. The lift on Darkseer. Oh, no. And nobody else is coming. This is the end of Darkseer. Yeah, you mentioned it is just way too many heroes, though. Way more than Geek Fam expected. They did not expect the whole team to be there.
I mean, they're just destroying them. I think Neon are just like ahead in the game, and also when it comes to how to fight and who to bring. Wherever this Brew and Phoenix are together, I think this team fight is just too much. Or at least if you want to fight as Geek Fam, you need to bring like 4 or 5 heroes. There's even a Manta completed on Fortune Soul.
And not that it's Shadow Fiend's fault by any means, but yeah, only we haven't seen anything out of Shadow Fiend.
Yeah.
He's 0-2-0. He is top farm in his team, but there's obviously that gap being built between him and the Morphling by quite a bit. So, I mean, Shadowfiend, we see that he got the Mask of Madness, going to be going Dragonlance, but especially when you're behind like this, he's not going to really feel the most comfortable fighting. This is a hero that he usually likes to snowball. He's the one that likes that tempo, but not on the other side. Clockwork going in. They got to catch. Finally, they're able to kill the damn bird. Maybe an opening here.
Okay, surge up onto the Treant. Get in there, bro.
You got Huskar in front, Overgrowth helping to lock down Brewmaster, and the rest will TP away. So, yeah, finally something going with Geek Fam as they get 2 kills.
No, they really needed that. I would say the next thing for Geek Fam to try and come back in this game is, okay, so he turns into the SF. Slightly off the mark with the raises, but either way, good pressure. Geek Fam need this first Roche. If they don't get it in this next nighttime, or Neon like fight it and beat them there with some Phoenix Egg Primal Split, this game is in danger territory.
Yeah. Again, top lane, I know, like I was talking about even before, it's Huskar, you know, he's low life, but he's fine. It's, as we've seen multiple times, he's not fine. So he really does need to be careful.
Yeah.
Getting low like that. But he is going to be good now. It does have level 4 Berserker's Blood. And getting some backup with the team there. But man, this Morphling, the Manta style online, another 1,600 gold already saved up. We saw he also ran into that Shadowfiend, didn't kill him, but quickly gets Shadowfiend to just run away and take over that Radiant jungle. Clockwork, speaking of jungle, is up here, and he's already hook shot. So he's just going to keep running, and that will be the end of the pursuit, not wanting to overcommit.
Yeah, well, for what's going to happen is the fact that Fortune Soul will not leave this #1 network spot unless they lose this game. Like, they have no... They cannot catch this Morphling, so I think they're not even gonna bother. All that Geek Fam can try to do is get your own farm up, get this Roche, and try to like have a decisive fight. But all it could be... This is a 4-man smoke. Ooh, that's a very nice timing on that TP.
Yeah. Yeah, that's 5 more seconds, maybe a different story, but yeah, no, it's able to get out as he gets the read and goes to the mid lane to maybe put a little bit of farm in here. But hell, even Ember Spirit, he's farming this mid lane. He's going to have a Maelstrom soon, so again, he's already done a great job, especially considering the game state and how difficult it was for him in the laning phase. But you can start expecting his impact to be that much more felt. But I mean, you're right though. That net worth. It is an interesting one to look at because it really is just that Morphling that's just so amplified right now for Neon, where everyone else is kind of contesting with one another. But here's that Roshan you're talking.
Yeah, I like what Neon are doing. If they're set up here, I think I would not mind if they just go and hit the Roche, to be honest. You've got the Tombstone, you've got the Fledge Golem. If they come to fight you, like you have Phoenix, Brew, and Undying who will just area control for you. And if Geek Fam see the message of Roshan dying, yeah, well, that hurts your soul, most certainly when you're playing Huskar.
They know it's coming because the Rocket scouted it, so they know it's going to pop up in a couple of seconds. And Huskar is going to not feel too good, and really as a team, Geek Fam's not going to feel too good about seeing that. And yeah, why would you give it to Morphling when he's just so farmed? They're going to throw out the Ember Spirits away to help him out a bit.
Yeah, I guess it's just all Geek Fam can look to play for now is like 1 or 2 BKBs. Like maybe get some Huskar BKB, a Manta or a BKB on your SF2 to try and play into this massive team fight of like Brew, Phoenix, and Undying.
That's what I was going to bring up earlier, so I'm kind of glad you did. Yeah, you mentioned Shadowfiend. It looks like he is going to go that Manta route, but there was part of me is like, does he go the BKB at this point, and just do they go for like that kind of all-in fight of sorts? But no, he is going to go Yasha Manta.
Yeah, I think you need to keep like a bit more of the scaling or like a less committal where you don't have to like BKB and then run away every time or go for this one big fight. It might just look to like drag it out a bit, try and play an open map, get some BKB Aghanims on your Huskar, try for some split pushing. It's Neon, Dave? They don't want any of that. Like they can just push forward. Like look how strong they are. Dragonlance as well now on your Morph, queuing up the Skadi next.
Yeah, he can do anything he wants, really, but a lot of avoiding going on from Geek Fam. It feels like that's certainly going to favor them for now, and they're trying to take out the mid-tier 1. They're losing a bottom tier 2 in the process, but Treant Protector does make it difficult to truly break through, so they will kill the tier 1 with still plenty of life on the bottom tier 2. Now, so they could TP defend this if they really wanted to, but they're not going to yet, at least.
Yeah, it looks like they're just going to delay with some tree armor. I like that Neon are doing really nice stuff. Like the fact that you show your morph, but you smoke everyone else. You know that they want to fight. Force gets chains up.
Darkseer off the bat. He's going to get a vacuum off. No wall use just yet, but Huskar jumping on Undying. And the chase is on to him. But Darkseer, he's just probably going to die. Although Shadow Fiend, nice distance. Ever Spirit, he's feeling the burn himself. He dies, but Huskar is killed off. Supernova, no longer, because Phoenix is picked. But now Morphling showing up. And
Requiem.
Shadow Fiend, yeah, Requiem is going to be good. But is it enough? He's going to throw out some Shadow Raises, not nearly enough, though, at that point. So Darkseer did manage to escape, actually, as he got low there in the beginning. But the rest of his team, they can't say the same.
That was a very nice egg from Kishka again. His Phoenix is on point. Like, he dives, eggs on top of the high ground. It's kind of the egg where, yeah, it dies. But the good eggs are, if it dies, but you kill multiple enemy heroes for it, it's great. And it was like on the high ground, Huskar had to hit it like 5, 6, 7 times because of uphill misses. And instead of getting 1 kill, they get like 3 or 4. So beautiful team fight.
Yeah, that net worth lead, it really only about 4,000 right now, but it is one of those cases where it feels like perhaps even a bit more. I mean, win probability is 65-35 favoring Neon, but they are going to group up and start pushing out the top lane. Maybe not. They were there, but now they're just deciding to fall back. I have Scotty from Morphling is almost finished as well, so yeah, it continues to be the story of, you know, good luck killing him and dealing with him, so.
I mean, Cox is going to look to get towards this Aghanim Scepter, which later, of course, will give them another type of form of lockdown. And, I mean, the heroes still all farm very fast. Olnit in a bit of trouble. Gets chained up. No Manta yet.
Yeah, they know that. They're trying to force him to panic, and they certainly do. Hype comes up, though. Overgrowth, the initiation.
Okay, Raging Potato, no split.
Brewmaster getting low. Doesn't have Primal Split yet, so it is going to be a kill. And Geek Fam so far looking decent in this fight. Undying is going to let them know that he's nearby.
Oh, okay.
To vacuum.
Ooh, he will be okay. Finds himself a little Chukso spot. It's got the Philly Zone as well. Close to have a Force Staff. Wisdom Runes are going to come out, so it's going to see some people take that. Maybe some Tormentors as well for both sides. I think we got some good shards. Jetpack it is. Definitely a very entertaining shard.
It is, and hey, just Clockwork especially loves it. Really enhances the same game quite a bit. More fun to play with it. Yeah, this Huskar, though, he's kind of the perfect prime example of these heroes that just they absolutely need to snowball to really feel impactful in games, and that just hasn't happened at all, of course. So it's not really being as felt. I mean, Inner Fire itself is still decent, I suppose, but not a game where you want the Huskar, although that's just obviously not going to change now. So
one of the nice things is that nowadays, like, you've got the Axe build on Huskar, which can still like kind of help you out. So when people like split push, because even when you're behind, his impact is still pretty okay in fights if he does get to hit. And Neon will have to be a little careful. Like, it's going to give them a big lockdown. Maybe you get Requiem after, and I still got my eyes on Force. Like Darkseer in this type of game, you're playing against a super fat carry, but it also means that your wall illusion is going to be just as strong.
Ooh, Undying, by the way, nearly dying to that Tormentor. But he actually does survive, and Morphling will finish it to allow Undying to pick up that shard himself. So, nice saving tool of using that Tombstone.
Yep, that's going to be one's type of save for sure. If there's some Requiem later, or if the Huskar does get this Axe, we can save him out. 4K lead, and Neon's draft, it just scales really nicely. And
yeah,
Fortune Soul, he is not going anywhere. He will stay at the top.
Hey, talking about that earlier, it's even grown now, so Morphling, very, very comfortable game himself. Top lane, and we'll say Ember Spirit's pushing this out. He's potential to be collapsed on as, never mind, he's already out in there. Ken was feeling something.
They have a Hex on Phoenix. It is, they're so disgustingly strong.
Yeah. And he's using that hand
under a ward, though.
Philly Stone.
So they should know.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see if, do they want to take the high ground and fight back? They don't have SF. Darkseer is not super close yet. Looks like they're making the call to fight.
They're
Olnit is TPing.
not necessarily right as they come uphill, but Clockwork goes on a dime. Morphling puts in the damage. Phoenix trying to position for an egg. This could use the Sunray for now. The Overgrowth, Huskar, having to be run away. Lift on a Shadow Fiend. He's brought down, but Huskar just melted. Requiem is going to go off, but the lift right after the Requiem.
Undying.
As Darkseer, he's in trouble. So yeah, Undying is killed off, but the Supernova explodes, and Shadow Fiend, that's not a fight you're going to win, buddy. Requiem with a death, but that's 4 dead.
I mean, just a good move from Neon, but they have to question Geek Fam. They knew what was coming, and they made a conscious choice that, yeah, we want to fight this, we want to do it like that. But if you do, I feel you need to bring, the moment you see the smoke and you want to fight, everyone needs to TP and be there. Like, I don't really blame Olnit. I feel he probably felt like, this is not a fight I want to take, but then, you know, you got to be on the same page and tell them to call it off.
Yeah, indecisiveness, clearly a potential issue there. And yeah, I mean, I go back to just their positioning, because yeah, they definitely saw with that war, from what we could tell, that to fight it, but to not fight like right on as they came up. It gave them a good amount of time before any kind of jump happened. But yeah, either way, Neon certainly played.
Hook shot, push back.
Morphling.
Oh, they got him out of the waveform with the vacuum.
But it's still a very farm Morphling. Is going to actually morph into the Huskar as well.
Yep, never mind. I'm just fake hyping. So, maybe, no, never mind. He's just being Morphling. It's going to make a lot of HP out of thin air, turn into some other bros as well. Well, second Roche is going to be the next biggest thing on the menu here.
Yeah, 1 minute before that Roshan will spawn, as we can see. Treant delaying once again as that armor goes up on the tower, so they're probably not going to get the tier 2 for now.
Radiant are scanning.
And Neon trying to figure out what they want to do from here. You talk about Roshan, again, 45 seconds now, so he could have been up by now. A little surprised that Neon hasn't even checked it yet, but they are starting to head that direction. As the Rocket's also going to scout from the Radiant side, they'll see that it's not up, but the pings are coming out, and you can feel that Neon is interested in perhaps doing that Roshan.
Yep, they know what's up. It's okay, gonna go bottom for a bit because they know that Olnit's around, but I don't think they're gonna get him here. It's very likely they're just gonna step back up to top. Also a good scan. He kind of feels it that they're pushing forward. And Network looks a little bit funny. It looks more like some maybe Alchemist type game where Fortune Soul is 6,000 gold ahead of the next Radiant hero.
Yeah, and how, I mean, we've talked about it a couple times, but it required plenty of teammate support, but yeah, Ken just got to be feeling on cloud 9 right now.
Oh, for sure.
The fact that he's second in net worth with a Huskar lane
nice.
That wasn't going his way at all, as expected.
Yep.
And yeah, good avoidance right there as well. So yeah, his game is completely opened up now too, and he's a very relevant factor.
They will also see SF now in the mid wave, so there's going to be a lot of confidence for Neon, at least for a while, because they know that, okay, well, if they're coming to contest, they're not all together. There's a Tombstone, Fletch Golem as well to kill it fast. It looks like there's the call has been made. It's time to give it up.
Yep, no chance. I saw the mini-map, the Radiant Heroes, they turned as soon as that rocket hit. It's like, oh, do we go for this? And never mind. It's just, what's the point? It's a lost cause. They are going to give it up, and this time it will be an age just for Morphling. The just in case. I'm looking at his items. It's like, I don't think he's dying. But, you know, the just in case. We saw a little bit of that potential from Geek Squad that if they time it correctly, you know, maybe. So
it's just the case where a lot of the times, like, your first ages is more like you gain more of the map and like maybe an outer tower or whatever, but then second ages you generally have enough items, like it's kind of gold time. You're also 11k gold ahead, that I think with this ages you want to start pressuring the high ground.
A cheese priority to the Phoenix as well. Currently in his backpack, but he'll have that to use when and if the time calls for it. But right now, Geek Fam pushing out bottom, Olnit on Shadow Fiend. Talk about a completely different game. As Sven, it was just so deserving of the MVP and everything, but this game, 0-4-0 on the safe lane Shadow Fiend. It's just, it ain't feeling good.
Certainly not, and we've got an AC soon as well on Raging Potato that will fully offset, or nearly fully offset, Olnit's SF aura as well. And of course, going to help your support stay alive, going to help your morph to dish out the damage. And if you're Neon, I feel like, yeah, it's knock time. It's like, okay, Geek Fam, who's home?
Not a lot of heroes just yet, but they're TPing in, and they're going to answer the call. Bottom tier 2 is taken out. Shadowfiend's still pushing. He's going to try to get Neon to maybe react, to try to see if they're going to be scared, but probably not. Neon definitely going to win this race, so
yeah.
Shadowfiend, he is TPing in now. There we go. There's the cog. Where's the vacuum? Nope, nothing yet. Again, he's got an Aegis, so you got to be careful about overcommitting to him.
Okay, they're looking. Manta, Glyph.
Morphling just doesn't even care. He's hitting the objective that whole time.
Well, racks are low and no Glyph. If they let this morph hit for just like 3 seconds, this racks will be gone.
There's a Satanic. He just heals up to full. Clockwork, there's the Rex. That melee Rex, the Primal Split already used. Running down the Clockwork, who's actually getting very low. Manages to keep his distance, though.
No, Brewmaster, he helps with the push quite a lot. Like, it's not like you've got the Earth Spirit, which deals a lot of damage to buildings. You've got the AC Aura. This is just the second Rax falling for nothing.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah, how do you really initiate this? I guess this is how. The Clockwork Cog's coming out. The lift on his Shadowfiend as soon as it happens. So he's completely taken out of the fight for a good 5 seconds or so. Raging Potato. No more Primal Split. Overgrowth. Gets 4 staff, though, and he is good. Ember Spirit flying back in, but Clockwork so far the only one that's dead hero-wise. The damage clearly done, though, by Neon. They get 2 melee racks, and now they figure it's time to maybe fall back.
Yeah, like they've still got 2 minutes on the Aegis, so like you could fall back, you can heal up, spend your gold, and go do it again. Geek Fam have their eyes on this DD rune that they do see, and that could be the saving grace for like the coming team fight.
Well, there you go. Onet picks it up. Gets a flank position, has Silver Edge. And the Dire team, yeah, there was no vision for the Dire team in that area, so this could be a surprise, although they scan behind them and it hits. Oh, what a scan. What a scan.
Oh.
Shadowfiend, no, the run gets canceled. He does get it off.
Oh, Raging Potato, vacuum.
Vacuum combo, that is a lot of damage coming out. Brewmaster does go down, as does Undyne. Supernova in the midst of it. The focus is on from Shadowfiend.
Oh, the use.
Able to take it out as well. It's looking decent for Geek Fam. They lost Huskar, but now can go in toe-to-toe with Shadowfiend, but here's Morphling. Morphling shows up, and look at the life pool of Shadowfiend start dropping. He's out for 70 seconds with no buyback. So the start was fairly prime, but the end, maybe not so much. Although, a Huskar buyback and actually Morphling.
So that's an Aegis for now. Oh yeah, Waveform Satanic.
That Satanic, that combo is beautiful. With the level 20. Overgrowth though, they're gonna burn this Aegis, all right. They clearly got some good damage.
They've got a new life break as well. They got him.
You can't use it just yet, the life break in.
Oh, they don't. Oh, they do. Nice back.
Vacuum pulls him right back in and down goes Morphling. So Geek Fam says it ain't over yet.
You force with some nice timings, and these are the type of moves that I love to see from teams that are behind, and especially like from carry players. Like you find this DD and you just go from behind, because you know if you just do some normal play from the front, they're just gonna take your last racks and then game's over. So you gotta take a risk. You go from behind to only get some 3-man Requiem into like vacuum to start the fight. And honestly, that's like a really big play, and they get to hold.
Yeah, and you made the call earlier about Huskar still being fairly relevant, if anything, because of this Ags, and that definitely is a key to helping to kill that the Morphling that is as well. So yeah, I gotta say I'm surprised myself, as I'm sure Neon is a little bit, that they actually held somewhat right there. And Geek Fam wants to just keep the pressure up while they have a bit of an opening. 25 more seconds of Morphling. They think the smoke and go deep into the Dire side.
They've got the Blink plus Aghanims on Huskar, so anyone they run into, he's basically like an axe right now. He's just gonna force you to hit him. It could be enough lockdown for the SF to like truck you down or follow up with a Requiem. So you've got to be a little careful if you're Neon on the map now.
And they are. I mean, you look at where they are.
Yeah.
They're basically all in their base. They're waiting for the big boy Morphling to come back up, and he is back up now. So that was also the Tormentor kill, as we saw. Ember Spirit gets the Aghanim Shard to go with the Aghanim Scepter he has himself. So building up more as well. 5 players smoke at bottom. Geek Fam hoping that Neon gets greedy down here, but it ain't happening right now. Credit to Neon for playing disciplined when they have a decent lead like this.
Yeah.
Scanning.
Okay, so it's 5-man smoke, because Geek Fam have a lot of vision in this dire triangle. But unless they catch one off guard here, looks like Neon are doing a good job not really walking there, as they just want to go straight to bottom. Like, they're just pinging down the bottom tier 3 tower. They know what objective they want.
We've seen this before. It's Shadow Fiend just still over here by himself, but he is going to start TPing now, and Brewmaster juking a little bit, but finally commits to the primal split. Remnants are dead.
Ooh, they're trying to bait the illusion.
A lift on Huskar. Yeah, the illusion morphling. That's baited. That's not real, guys. They realize now.
They barely canceled that Requiem, actually. That was a nice try. Either way, now into the real push.
That real one's certainly there now.
They still have lift.
Take the damage.
Half HP. All right, there it is.
There you go. Shadow Fiend lifted again. He doesn't have a blink, so his Requiem can't necessarily be the greatest. BKB from Morphling as soon as the life break went in, and Huskar's dead for 95. Requiem goes off, but that BKB Morphling doesn't seem to care too much. Kills clock.
Got the Huskar too.
For buyback. Yeah, Huskar's out for 85. No buyback for him, so that life break not going to be used. Shadow Fiend, he just doesn't have enough lockdown to work with at this point, it feels like. That's going to be mega creeps, and Ember Spirit now zip-zapping around with the remnants. And the push further in from Neon. Really trying to finish this game and force that third and final one, on the verge of doing so.
Looks like they will be successful. Got Megas to hero stab without buyback. Neon honestly doing a lot of things right when it comes to this game. As tier 4's fall. Throne is up next. That's a quick kill.
Oh,
the 5-man vacuum!
Lived. Wow, the vacuum play for Darkseer keeps him alive, but it's just a little flashiness as the game, it is going to be officially over. It is Neon taking it and forcing